Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you mind introducing yourself, sir?
My name is Darby. Some people call me Joe, but yeah, I go by Darby.
Kelly on the drum.
Okay, I appreciate you coming through, giving me some of your time.
Yes, sir.
So I know you do a myriad of things. I was practicing that word on the way here. I was like, I want to use a big word that don't nobody know how to spell. So,
Shoot, hey, my go-to word is plethora. I do a plethora of things. Oh yeah.
Okay, so I know you act.
Yes, sir.
I know you model. I know you make music. What else do you do, sir? And then we'll talk about all those things.
Graphic designer. A street photographer.
Okay.
I do a little bit of everything, man.
Okay, so what did you start doing first?
Music first.
Okay, when was that?
Since a kid.
Well, how old are you now?
30.
Oh, you still young. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So about what age, give or take, did you start?
Man, my mom had me and my siblings singing at like toddlers. Like,
Okay.
snotty nose, like at churches and stuff like that. So yeah, it started real young for us.
Okay, so obviously, like I said, Mom Dude's had you started early. When did you start taking it serious, like going to the studio and things like that, when you started investing money into it?
Oh, shoot, man. Once I got in high school,
Okay.
like my pops gave me all his old like studio equipment. So like that was just like I had like the heads up in the game during that time with my friend group and everything. Like our house used to be jumping. So like when my pops did that, it was like a wrap.
Okay.
It was on from there.
You remember your first rap? Did you record it?
Yeah, I did record it. Do I remember it? No.
Oh Lord.
9 times out of 10 it was probably about a girl.
Okay.
But no, I don't remember it.
Okay.
No.
So what was your first complete body of work that you put out for the world to hear? And when was that?
It was 3 years ago. The year my daughter was born.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why you wait so long?
It was one of those things. I find joy helping out people, helping out other people. So I was so busy focusing on pushing everybody else. And I was just like, oh man, I'll put out something eventually. Like I'll put out like singles and stuff here and there, but like putting out like a full body of work, I was like, I'll put out something eventually. And life and stuff started to happen. I was like, it might be that time. It might be that time. And then having a heart-to-heart with my wife, and yeah, that kind of was like the deciding factor from there.
Yeah, because you can't help nobody. What Jay say, you can't help the poor if you're one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, what they say when you're swimming and somebody drowning, you got to, you know what I'm saying, you got to save yourself first.
Oh, yeah. So that's what it was. It was like, well, if I got to lead by example type of thing. Okay. So I did that, and then now I'm in the process of working on this next project, and it took me a while, a little minute to get to the point where I am with this next project, just because, again, life and, being a parent, marriage, all that.
Yeah,
so,
life be life.
Oh, yeah, man. So, like, just trying to complete that, and I would say I'm fairly close to being finished with it.
Okay, what's the name of the first project?
First project is God Shall Add.
Is who?
God Shall Add.
Why is it called that?
Well,
because that's very different.
Oh, yeah. So my name Joseph is in the biblical meaning is God shall add.
Okay.
So I just kind of took that meaning and just put it towards this project, and with everything that was going on during that time. So, being married, having my kid, just a lot of life happening. So it was just like I felt like God was just adding a bunch of stuff into my world. So that's why I named the project that.
Okay, yeah. we woke. I like that. All right, we ain't sleep. That's cool. Okay. So what? How do you describe your style of? I've listened to it. And I enjoyed it. But how do you describe when somebody says, "Yo," not who do you rap like, but like who would you compare yourself? Just sonic. I hate people use the word sonically all the time, but it's a real word.
Who would I compare myself to?
What lane would you say? I mean, I have a description for it, but would you say lyrical? Would you say it's not trap?
Yeah,
like
more lyrical. because I have that spiritual background, so it's like a mixture of both. Because I do talk about God and my spirituality, but I also bring that lyrical side to it as well. So yeah.
Did you have hesitancy going more of the spiritual side? Because some people are like, "Oh, it's not commercial," but we have artists like Lecrae. When I was a kid, we had DC Talk and a couple other. I don't know if DC Talk still makes music, but we have some of those artists. There's artists in our area, Al and Reggie Rock. They're more in the Christian lane. Was there any hesitancy? Like, are people gonna really rock with this?
Nah, it was just one of those things where it's like, hey, I know it's gonna be a select few that like it, you know, and the ones that do, I appreciate them, and the ones that don't, it is what it is. Like, I'm not here to please everybody. So that's what it more so was for me. It wasn't like a hesitancy.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Because I know some artists do kind of be like, well, man, if people don't rock with it, should I make that type of music? You know, or they'll sway one side or the other as far as how their music sounds based on what's popping at the time.
Yeah, trust me, I've definitely dabbled in everywhere though. Like, you know, I tried the trap, I tried just, you know, just a little bit of everything, and I felt more comfortable. You know, my style was more comfortable in that lane of like the more spiritual, lyrical, and everything. Like, all my music ain't, you know, about like God and everything. It's about life and just more inspirational type of stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna come back to the music. So you also act.
Yeah.
Now what sparked that though? Because that's an itch that not everybody has, or if they have it, they don't all scratch it.
Man, Mon Dukes again.
Oh Lord, okay.
Hey man, she the manager, the Joe Jackson. She was like all that, man. Yeah, Mon Dukes. So just acting crazy around the house with my siblings and stuff like that. And mom like, hey, y'all do this. Let's see what happens. And it started with my siblings first. They went to like some type of like Nickelodeon
cool.
tryout thing, and from there, they gave like the resources and stuff for like different like projects and stuff that we can like do background stuff on. And from there, it was just up from there, man.
Okay, so what? Yeah. So about what age was that though? Give it to me.
Like once we start taking it serious, it was like around like 20. For me, it was like 20. All my siblings were younger. Yeah.
Okay, so does acting and modeling, did those kind of come about hand in hand?
No, modeling came later. Like,
okay,
modeling came like this year type of thing.
Okay, well we'll get to that then. Don't worry. So acting, what was the first role you had?
First role was stage play.
Okay.
Yeah, traveling with my siblings. My spiritual granddad, he wrote this stage play called Getting Out of Birmingham about the 1963 Children's March.
Oh wow, okay.
And we traveled all around in Birmingham and Mississippi and a few like areas.
Okay.
And that did very well. And that was kind of like that first initial like push into like the acting world. And then from there, as we got older, my mom was like, well, it seemed like y'all taking a liking to this. Y'all act crazy around the house and stuff like that. Let's see what happens after this. And yeah, it happened like rapidly.
Okay.
Like, yeah, first project was we did some background stuff on Shots Fired. It was a Fox series.
Okay.
And from there, we started working on a Marlon Wayans project, did background on there, and then I got a call to work with Kevin Hart.
Okay. Talk baby.
Yeah, that's where things just kind of just snowball effect.
Okay.
It was just like I worked on one project with him, then another project with him, then by the time I look out, it was like 5 projects in with him.
Okay.
And yeah, then pandemic happened.
Yeah, that thing's a hater. You know what I'm saying? Definitely be.
Oh yeah, the pandemic happened, which was a blessing in disguise, in my opinion.
Why is that?
Because I had my daughter.
There's a bunch of pandemic COVID babies out there.
Man,
they had nothing else to do.
Oh yeah. But it also made me go back into like my crafts and stuff. Also, like I was so kind of, my head was in the clouds like in
daydreaming?
in that
Not
space.
daydreaming, dreaming
Like,
big or?
Nah, not really. It's just like everything was happening so fast, so my head was just in the clouds. Like working with Kevin.
Yourself.
Yes,
Okay.
I can admit that. Yeah. I can admit that, and a lot of people wouldn't, but yes, I can admit that. Oh yeah, I was smelling myself a little bit, and just life was moving extremely fast, and then like the pandemic kind of slowed all that down, and get my priorities in order and realizing things that I wanted outside of just being Kevin Hart's lookalike.
Okay.
So yeah.
So wait, so you play his stunt double?
I was his double. I wasn't his stunt double, but I was his double.
What's that feel like? Is that weird?
At first, yeah, because like when he first came out, like I used to hear the jokes like, "Oh, you look like Kevin Hart." People used to call me Kevin Hart and this, that, and the third. But once like it really started happening, and he noticed it, and his camp started like, "Hey, man, you look just
it pays."
Yeah, it was like. All right, like this might be a gig, like cool.
Hey, okay.
Then hearing stories about like Eddie Murphy's guy and stuff like that.
I seen The Rock's guy. Rock bought his guy like a big ass brand new Dodge Ram a couple years ago.
Got like 3 guys.
Well, yeah, because they got to work out to eat to look like him, at least physically.
Yeah. The Rock got like a couple guys with him. Yeah. Like,
so
it's insane.
I want to know which movies have you been his lookalike?
Jumanji 1, 2, Night School, Die Hard, Untouchable, and that movie. Yeah, Untouchable. Yeah. So
the Netflix joint about his daughter?
No, not that's
What's that one called? I like that one.
Fatherhood.
That's a good movie. That's a real. That hurt my feeling when his wife died.
Yeah, hey man,
such a good movie.
Yeah.
It was nice to see him not be. He was funny, but not slapstick funny.
Oh yeah. So I did 5 projects with him. Yeah, The Upside.
What's The Upside?
The Upside. The wheelchair movie. Not Untouchable.
Oh, the guy who plays Breaking Bad. He that was a good movie too.
Yeah, The Upside.
Okay,
originally it was called The Untouchables, but it's The Upside, yeah.
Okay. That's a good movie.
Oh yeah, man, it's a dope movie.
Okay, so what do you do normally? This I probably sound stupid, but I want to know because I've never been on a movie set. What do you do when you play a lookalike? Is it like the behind shots or
whatever they need me to do? Behind shots, car scenes, like hand scenes, like whatever they may need me to do. Like,
so do you have to keep at the time? Did you have to keep a certain haircut and?
Keep a certain haircut. 9 times out of 10, they used to have a barber there.
Oh, he just cut his hair, cut your hair.
Yeah, like he have his own barber, and then they have like a set barber that'll just do something real quick for me.
Was that intimidating to be on several movie sets of that magnitude? Because a lot of people have that. I'm an Instagram model, which don't really mean anything.
At first,
you know what I mean. That's a real thing.
I think like my second day working on Jumanji. He was running late, and they was just like, "Hey, Kevin's late. Get Joseph into his outfit. He's gonna run the lines with."
So you have to learn the same lines as him.
The Rock and them, yeah. Like so I'm in the car with all the actors,
but you're not Kevin Hart.
And like they like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" And this, that, and the third. I'm just like, "Oh, snap."
Okay.
Like, first of all, hey, The Rock sitting right here. I used to watch you as a kid, bro.
Right. I was watching him as a wrestler.
Yeah, like I'm like, what in the world? Jack Black, like another, like, yo, I watched you as a kid. Like, it's like, man, yeah, it was intimidating at first, and then as
you realize they're normal, just like we are.
Like as time went on, it was like, oh man, this is dope. Yeah,
very cool. So how do you? What type of transition does it take to go from that type of role to build on being a leading man?
That work, man. Auditioning.
So you got your SAG card.
I'm eligible for it. Like, so
don't get that thing, baby.
So right now, if I can pay and have my SAG card if I wanted to. Okay, yeah. You pay your dues and stuff like that. But I want to do more independent films. Like I want to at least
Yeah, so you're working on something you posted recently.
Yeah,
what's
like
that?
That project.
Can you tell? You can't tell us yet.
Yeah. Okay. That project is called Grip.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about sex trafficking.
So which role are you playing?
I'm playing I'm someone who's a part of that industry, but don't wants to be a part of it. Like I was brought up in it.
Okay. So you're
Yeah,
trying to fight that life off, but it keeps pulling you back.
yeah,
Okay. And
yeah.
so who's the director of that movie? And
Brandon Bias. He's based out of Winston Salem.
okay, so you got to shoot up in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah. So
how far along are y'all in that? What's the name of it again for those
Grip.
watching?
Grip.
Okay.
Grip. Yeah.
And so, give or take, how far along in production are y'all?
Oh, it's done right
it's
now.
done? Okay.
We're just trying to. He's trying to pitch it to
Get some distro.
Yeah,
Okay.
trying to pitch it to a place. So hopefully we should be hearing something by early next year.
Yeah, okay. I see.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that.
Okay, so with all of that being said, what's it? I mean, that's just pretty cool, man. I mean, what do you tell people? Like, what do you like? I don't work no 9 to 5. Hope I'm at.
Hey, trust me, man. Like I still, hey, you got to hustle, man. Like it ain't. It's one of those things I've learned, like especially again working with Kevin. Like, hey, don't put your eggs in all in one basket. Don't put, and that's what I did in the beginning. Like, it's like, oh snap, this my break. Like this a big break right here. I'm like, hey,
but that is an opportunity.
Oh yeah, it's an opportunity of a lifetime. So it's like one of those things where if I could like go back in time, I'll tell my younger self, hey, keep your job.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Like don't like keep your job because it's an up and down gig type of thing. Like you can be working for 3 months,
right?
And if you save your money good, you can be straight. But if you don't, you can work for 3 months and then be on a break for 2-3 months. Yeah. And now your ass out. So
I have been there. One time I was working for NATO. This when I got out the military, and I was making 6 figures. It was for like a 6-month gig.
Wow.
But in the middle of the 6 months, we was off for like a month and a half, and I didn't blow it.
Yeah.
But I just got so bored and restless. I started sorting trash for like 2 weeks. I went from 6 figures in 6 months to like maybe $12 an hour.
Yeah.
But I just needed something to do.
Yeah.
So I know what you mean.
Oh yeah. So it's just one of those things where it's just like, hey, don't blow all your money too fast. Yeah. Like just chill. So yeah.
Okay. So so what does that look? What does that? Don't tell us how much you made, but like, what does that pay? Is it livable income or is it?
It can be livable income. It's a lot of people that.
I'm not saying you're making $10 million a year, but like, is it more than a 9 to 5 annually?
If consistently, like if you constantly just like finding gigs, because like it's the same thing with like it's a hustle, man. Like it's not what you know, it's who you know. Like in that industry, so like if you get in good with some of these production companies, these casting companies and stuff like that, they can have you working like the whole year.
So how do you get started in that? Because I don't know, I think it's called Backstage or something. Backstage. Is that a real thing? Because I seen one day like you got to pay to get bookings, and I'm like, is that a scam?
You have to like with Backstage and a lot of those like you can like get the surface level stuff, and then you can pay to get like some of the like other
real
like,
castings,
like bigger roles and bigger like gigs and stuff like that. But yeah, Backstage, some of these like casting companies on like Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. Yeah, it's research. You have to do your research on it just to make sure like if it's legit. But yeah, it's a lot of like different like areas you can check out.
Okay, so is that kind of how Mom Deuce got you into the door?
Yeah, so like she got us into the door. Just they sent her over this casting call on Facebook. Okay, and she saw it. It was legit.
Yeah, because that's what I think a lot of people get, for lack of better words, like pulled into. They see it and they're like, "Oh, I'm going for it." I bid on it just to kind of get introduced into the world because I want to shoot movies. Yeah, and then they start talking about you got to pay for X, Y, and Z. I'm like, "Oh, this is a scam." I just deleted the email.
Yeah, yeah. The ones that where they telling you got to pay. That's like, hey, but. Yeah, like Backstage and Actors Access, that's the other one. Yeah, you can pay like I think like a subscription or something like that to, go like really do deeper research on like roles and stuff like that, yeah.
So when you were when you're learning lines, what's your method of retaining the lines?
Oh man.
You just like read back and forth with the missus? Do you look in the mirror?
I do it like my mute, like my raps and stuff like that. Like when I'm writing and stuff like that, which I rarely do, but when I do it, like I'm constantly reciting it. I'm reciting it like a conversation.
Okay.
So like I can just be in the car by myself, and then I just break out into a verse just cause like
Okay.
especially if I'm like working on that song and I'm like trying to finish it, like I just break out into a verse, like, and I'll just try to like, that's how I figure out like the flow, the style, like the ad libs. So I build the whole song like in my head, just reciting it, and then go to the crib and record it.
Oh, you record at the house?
Yeah, I record at the house. Yeah, I got like a whole.
You didn't tell me all that. You just said I rap, I make music.
Yeah, I got the whole setup at the crib. But so yeah, that's how I do it with like my roles and stuff like that. So like when I'm reading lines and stuff like that, I'm just like, I read over it, like I understand it. Like, okay, I see what the other actors are saying, and then like one of the key things I do, I read like the last thing that they say. So it's like once I hear that, it's like, okay, this is what I say.
This your turn. Okay.
Yeah, and then that's how I kind of memorize like what they say, and then what I need to say, and then from there just build on. Okay, what is this character trying to say?
Okay.
What am I trying to say in this scene or whatnot? And then I'll just go from there. Like it's just then it's that point of just acting it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That ain't scary ever?
At first, yeah, but my thing, like once you do stage plays, like
you find a pocket kind of.
Yeah, like stage plays to me, I feel like it's more nerve wracking than filming.
Oh, because it's live.
It's live, so you have to, be ready for a whole hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you have to know like an hour worth of material.
Have you ever messed up?
Oh yeah,
like bad or just
plenty of times. But
I'm talking about for stage, not
on stage. Yeah, messed up plenty of times. What that look like?
Tell me the worst what.
The best part about it is because the crowd don't know.
Oh, okay.
That's the best part. So like, working with my brothers, when we mess up, when we know we mess up, like we'll look at each other like, but because we worked with each other so long and we did this project so long, it was just one of those things where we'd just feed off each other.
Okay.
So it was like, hey man, and you're like, go ahead. So what you about to say? Like, it just like one of those things where we just start ad-libbing.
To get back on
Yeah. But once that scene over with and we go back in the back to change our clothes, we be like, boy, you. Bro,
what was that?
Yeah, so it's just like, I would say, man, stage plays is more nerve-wracking to me than film. Like film, if you mess up, they stop, cut, redo it, boom. Yeah, stage plays, if you really want to like really test yourself, I say do stage plays first.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. So, now we're going to talk about, no, we got to go back. You said you got the whole setup. So what you running? What, as far as audio?
Logic.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm running Logic.
PC or Mac?
Mac.
Amen, man. Amen.
Come on, man. We're an Apple family. Man.
Yes. Apple everything.
Apple everything. Only thing Apple is our cameras. That's it.
Do they make Apple cameras?
They should.
That would be fire.
Hey man, listen, we're already talking about it.
We just want a little ownership.
Yeah, let's hit us.
Okay, so you make your own beats and everything?
No, so my brother make beats.
What's his name?
His name is Asaf.
That's his production name?
Yeah, his name is Asaf. Yeah.
Okay.
So he makes beats, he raps, he went to school for it. So
Full Sail or
Full Sail?
Okay.
Yeah. So like he's the mastermind behind my sound.
Okay. So did you start rapping first or he started producing first?
I started rapping first.
Okay, so his beats was trash at first?
Oh yeah.
Mine was too. It's all good.
Oh yeah, man. I used to crack on him. I'd be like, man, his 808s was only 8s at one point.
He said it was only 8s.
They was only 8s.
Where you know the other 8 from?
Yeah, like but once he went to school for it, it was like his sound started to change, and then that's that growth and the maturity of his beats. Just I was like, oh man, so
okay,
yeah.
So y'all got like a Nas and Hit Boy style relationship. Y'all have a DJ Premier and Nas. Y'all have a Swiss and DMX. What's that chemistry look like?
Because he raps too, it's I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Because people
It's
typically
tough.
producers who rap and produce, they not always, but they tend to make beats they would like to rap on. So how do you get him out of? I don't know if he does, but does he, when he makes a beat for you, do you say I want this type of feel, or he comes to you with a beat, or it's kind of at the same time, or
Yeah, it's a mixture of everything. Like I can just be like, especially when we used to stay together, I'd just be in the room just chilling. He in the studio just
you hear
vibing out.
something?
Man, I get up out the room. Hey, what's that? Send it to me.
Yeah, I need that.
Yeah, I need that. Yeah, I need that. And he'd be like, shoot, I was already thinking 2 steps ahead of you. I'm like, shoot, say less. I go right back into the room.
Okay.
Wait till he send that to me.
Have y'all ever done a collaborative project?
Nah, we've done collaborative songs, but no project. Like we
What you waiting
in the
for?
process. No.
okay.
We in the process. We definitely in the process. I already came up with the cover art for it and everything.
What's the name of it?
It's no name for it right now.
He got a name. He just don't
There's
tell
no
nobody.
name for it right now. It's no name. It's no name for it right now. But
Okay.
we got a collaborative project. But I also got a collaborative project with him and 2 of my other homies as well. And that's called We Versus Them.
Is it a group, or y'all just coming together for this particular project?
It's a group, but we came together for this particular project. Yeah.
Okay. What's the sound? What's the?
Nah, that's a little bit of everything. It's old school. Like I lean more to like the old school Tribe type of feel.
Tribe Called Quest?
Yeah, with a little tad bit of trap.
Okay, I see.
Yeah,
You know,
tad bit of trap.
that's what we got our name for. Tribe Called Culture. Hey.
Yeah, tad bit of trap to it. Like, but yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's a different styles, different sound.
So how do you balance those two things, music and acting, with modeling? And how did you? Can a person wear too many hats? Not saying you are. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So with modeling, man, like I said, that happened this year.
She done tricked you into that. The lady over here.
Yeah. I wanted to do something outside of music and something push me back into the acting world. So it was just like let me try modeling. My wife always like, you've never taken a bad picture. And
well, she married you. She obviously think you're handsome.
So I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So like I saw her being like super consistent with it. Being taking modeling serious. So I was just like,
she's dope. Absolutely.
So let me see what that looks like.
Okay.
Now, do I see myself walking in the runway and stuff like that? No.
I feel you. I
don't see that, but
I don't even like. I'm a photographer, but I don't even really like runway photography. I've done it, but it's not my cup of tea.
But as far as just just taking pictures and stuff like that, it gives me something outside of just the music, which. The funny thing is, it always pushed me back into doing like music, because like then my brain just start. Oh, this would be a dope cover, or like,
okay. But that's not a bad thing.
Nah. Yeah. It's always like, for some reason, it always bring me back to like music or something creative for another avenue of something that I'm doing. So.
It probably pushes. I'm not speaking for you, but it probably also helps push your creative boundaries, because, like you said, it's influencing you to go, that's a dope album cover, or that'll be some dope promo pics, or because creativity, in my opinion, is not limited to any particular genre. And so if there's no limit to it, then it can be applied to pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I rose with that. That goes. Okay.
So, but as far as the too many hats, the funny part is, like, even with me doing graphic design, I started doing graphic designing because I couldn't afford somebody to pay, to do my cover arts.
Yeah.
So I started doing it off of that.
Yeah.
And then I just started picking that up. And it's like, oh, snap. Wow, I like doing this.
It's fun.
Yeah.
That like, logo behind you, I did that.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Because I ain't paying nobody. I did my website. Everything I do is me.
That's what, man, listen, man. YouTube University changed the game. So it was like, once I did that, it kind of just like opened up a whole nother world. So that's why, like, even when I said it took me so long to put up my project, because it's like, man, I got to the point where I started seeing other ideas for other people.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So it's just like, somebody be like, hey, man, I'm trying to do this, that, and the third. And it's like, bro, I'm a one-stop shop type of guy. So it's just like, I start just seeing things like, oh, bro, we can do this, we can do that, we can do this. Then I picked up the cameras, like, shoot, hey, come on, bro, let's take pictures. And like, so my brain just started, and I found a joy, helping other people out.
Okay.
So it's like, yes, I'm I do music and stuff like that, but I lean more towards like the creative director. Like like I said, I do find passion in just helping other people with their vision.
So when you say graphic design, what do you typically design graphically? I know that sounds stupid, but you get what I'm trying to say.
Man,
is it logos? Is it websites? Is it
logo? Like anything? Like logos. I'm trying to get into the websites.
Okay.
Websites is gonna be tricky, but then the price.
It's not that bad.
I
designed my website.
Really?
No, I didn't code it. I'm not acting like I did the coding. I did Squarespace, and then I put everything together. But and I just paid a monthly fee. So when I add different photo collections, I just
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have that.
What'd you use to edit? I mean, not edit, to do graphic design.
Photoshop.
Okay. You paying that subscription like me?
No. Everything free. Everything free.
We're gonna talk when we get done. I'm tired of paying the subscription, boy. They killing me, boy. Whew, Lord.
Everything free. Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty cool though. Okay, so you also do photography. So what's your style of photography? You said street photography.
Street photography.
When you say that, what does that mean for you?
So I ain't like some of the other guys that's in the photography group.
Okay.
Like they got the whole setup, the Adam Black.
Oh, okay.
The group, like they got the whole light in the back. Man, if I got my camera on me and I see something beautiful.
What's wrong with that?
No. I love it. Like I've did gigs and got paid for doing that, and I found my own style of doing it, and a lot of people like it. So like I lean more towards like the street photography, like the run and gun. Like I said, if I see something beautiful that I like, boom, take the picture. Just keep it going. So yeah.
And would you ever want to move into more of fashion photography or runway photography or portrait photography, things like that, or?
I'm not gonna limit myself. Whatever happens, man.
And I ain't no wrong with that.
Yeah, whatever happens. Because again, like even with the graphic designing, it was just supposed to be just for me, and then it kind of opened up that world to me wanting to help everybody else.
No, quit helping. Start getting paid.
I do. This right here is a business right here. Like everything I do, I get paid for now. But this is years of work.
Yeah, because they say, I mean, if you're good at it, don't do it for free.
Oh yeah, I've done a lot of stuff for free, and that changed. So
yeah, I still do free work, but.
Oh yeah. Nah, listen, if the man above lead me to do it, then cool. But
so the spirit movie is free. If the world movie is not free.
Oh yeah, no. You're gonna have to pay that money just like everybody else.
Okay, so we've talked about the music.
Yes, sir.
We talked about modeling and acting, graphic design. What else you do, sir? Because you might have more hats than I do.
Ooh.
And what if you could only do one of those things? Which one would you do? If God said, "Sir, Mr. Darby, you can only do this," out of all those hats, which one would you do?
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough. I have to say music. Say music. I don't know, man. It's just something.
It's a soundtrack to life.
Yeah, man. It's like even I can take a hiatus from it, and like, man, I'm not in the mood to create music. For some reason, I'm always back to it.
Yeah, you got to think. Cube just dropped the album. That nigga is like basically 60.
Yeah.
He's still making
LL
music.
just dropped one. Yeah.
Snoop and Dre about to drop something. Them niggas old as hell too.
So it's like it's one of those things where it's just like no matter what, I always go back to it.
What does music do for you? Because it's the soundtrack to life, but it means something different to everybody. What's music mean to you?
Man, it's like darn that close to breathing.
Dog, I don't know what it is. It ain't, sometimes you can't even describe it.
It's like it's practically close to breathing at this point, man. Like especially for me, I grew up around it, man. from my parents, like family, all either sing, play some type of instrument.
You said your pops had all his equipment. Was he a rapper at one time? Or
Nah,
just...
he was a singer.
Okay.
Yeah, he a gospel singer. Okay. So
is he still with it? I'm not wishing bad. I'm just...
Oh, no. Yeah, he's still
okay, thank God.
Still,
so,
matter of fact, we just started our production company out in Birmingham, and we got a beautiful studio, man. Facility.
Oh, your parents are down there?
Yeah.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah. So we got a studio, got a film. My mom went to LA film school.
Yeah.
So we got our film set up and everything out there. And
so what you doing here in good old rinky-dink, South Carolina?
Man, I still like. The funny part is, like, we was up in Charlotte, and I had like the little garage set up. Yeah. We built us a studio in there and everything, and we was really, get things moving in there, and then, life, pushes down here, and for some reason I can't leave until I finish what I need to finish down here.
I agree with that. South Carolina, people here talk junk about it, but it's not as bad as people say.
It's home, man.
Yeah,
it's home.
I mean, I left and came back. I ain't mad about it.
Yeah,
you can make it here.
yeah. Like like I said, I always wanted. So a goal of mine was to always kind of do what J. Cole did years ago, like when he just brought a bunch of artists together and like. Pretty much what you're trying to do, and I was attempting that up in Charlotte, and it's like funny how like the universe worked, because then like a year later J. Cole did that with all the art. I was like, dang, like, but I was gonna name mine's the Art Gallery.
Oh, that's fire right there. Okay,
yeah, I was gonna name.
You can still do that though.
Yeah, I'm still gonna do it. Like I was gonna name mine the Art Gallery, and then have like everybody's like artwork and stuff like that up on like it was just like the vision was there. Okay. And like I'm still gonna do that. That's still a goal of mine to do.
Okay.
So
how do you tell me what that art? I need you to expound on that, because that's a dope name. Yeah. What? So it would be musicians and a collect, almost like Dreamville.
Yeah, almost like how he did with the Dreamville project, when he had just like a bunch of people coming to the studio and record, make music and stuff like that, and just
because you can still do that. Since you got all the stuff at the crib.
That's the goal. That's the goal. That is definitely the plan. So ideally, I wanted to like get a studio, like a big studio, whatnot, and I have friends that also do like paintings and stuff like that. So I was gonna have them kind of paint a big project, like a project kind of based off the music.
So let me ask you this, I don't mean to cut you off. So you mean kind of like, I think they call it a content creator house now, but not content, just creative.
Yeah, like I wanted to do a creative house, and then once the project was done, I wanted to do like a little showcase, like an art show.
Yeah, that'd be
art
fun.
show showcase, and have the people, like have the artists come together, so have the painters come together as well, and paint
at the
album
event?
cover. Yeah.
Okay.
Paint the album cover.
That'd be cool.
And that would be like the official cover for the project.
Okay.
Yeah, then do something dope like that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right with it. So what you waiting for?
Man, now it's one of those things. Now again, putting in that groundwork. So like, it's been years since I put out my project. So it's like, now with this project, I want this to be kind of the driving force for it. So it's like, let me get this project out the way and put my force myself out of that box to start networking again.
That'd be fine. Okay. Well, you do that. You let me know. I'll be there.
Man,
I don't really do anything, but I'll come through and just be nosy. You know what I'm saying? I drink me some beer, take some pictures, and have a good time. That's it. I'm there.
For sure. Yes, sir.
Because I was talking to another guy. I'll tell you who after we get off the camera. But I was talking to somebody. He wants to do one kind of like what you're saying. For like, he wants to rent, I think, an Airbnb for a weekend. Yeah. And just have everybody, not the painting part, but the music part.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, man. Like, I always wanted to do it, man, because it's like, bro, I know a lot of talented people. Yeah. And it's like, South Carolina, heck, even, North Carolina, we can be buzzing like Atlanta and California and all these other
we're
places.
right in between Atlanta and Charlotte.
Yeah, it's like we can do that. But it's like everybody just kind of got to get out of their ego and their, whatever they got going on, and just come together for a bigger picture than just themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, do you want to be local famous or do you want to be global?
Most people like to be local famous.
Yeah, it's like that's cool, that's cute and all, but you know, you really ain't doing nothing.
Nah,
in the grand scheme of things, let's be honest. Like, but you know, you nobody except around this 4-block radius type of thing.
You know, I was talking to somebody. Somebody asked me. They said, "Do you want to? You don't really want to be famous?" I said, "No, I want my work to be famous. I want to go in the mall and nobody know who I am.
Yeah,
but I want these photographs to be famous.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
And that's how I am. Like I said, I ideally I want to play the background role. Like that's why I say I lean more towards a creative director because I do find joy in like pushing other people, bringing other people's vision out.
And that could be, I know you're not doing it for money, but that could be lucrative as well. A lot of people don't realize. But the majority of us think we have to be in front of the camera to be successful. And you can be, I guess, commercially unknown. Like nobody, you don't have to have your face out there to be successful.
Oh yeah. And that's something I learned from just being in the film side of everything. Cause like some of these producers that be funding these movies, a lot of them you don't even hear or know anything about.
They're stupid rich.
Man, hey, shout out to Will Packer. Like I watching him, like he was on the phone taking care of business, this, that, and the third. Like he was doing a lot. Even Kevin, like he was
funding the whole movie.
Kevin on the phone, still having to act and stuff like that. The Rock, all these guys, and like even though you see them out in the screen or whatnot, they don't even know like they running a whole company while they still doing
cut. All right, I'll be right back. I'm finna got there handle these calls. Let me know when y'all ready.
And it's like, man, I want to be the guy that's like, hey, I'm on the phone making the calls. Like, dang, who this dude is in this vest right here?
Right.
Like, hey, don't leave him alone.
Yeah.
Like
he's working on money.
Yeah, he's the bag. He is the bag. Just leave him be. Like whenever he on that call, he working magic. That's
what silent production is. Like,
so that's what I'm leaning towards and what I'm trying to do. Like especially with the art gallery and just everything.
That's
like
fine though.
Yeah.
Okay, so have you had a chance to be? Do you know who Isaiah is? Hood Saviors. So he's working on I don't want to use the wrong word because I'm not trying to diminish him. He's working on like I want to call it a Rolodex. I know there's a proper name for it, but a Rolodex of this is a list of rappers. This is a list of photographers. I forgot what it's called. Like I'm not trying to diminish what he is calling it.
Yeah.
But do you think that something of like that would be helpful?
That would be dope.
Because you can basically go to it and go, I need a photographer. I'm going to hit up Let's Create. I'm going to hit up Adam Black. I'm going to hit up, sign language. Whoever you're trying to reach. Or I need a rapper. I need Darby. I need whoever it might be.
Yeah.
What is it called? It almost came to my mind. Is it an access list? It's not called an access. I don't know what it's called, but I think that would be something that
that would be super dope.
A great resource.
Yeah. Like I think that would be a super dope resource. Because again, I know like and that's one of the reasons why I'm even in the Marlin group as well. Because like I know there's a lot of creatives in there. It's like, shoot, why don't Adam already starting something dope with just by itself. Yeah. But I know it can even expand even more just once everybody really get into their creative bag. It's like, man.
Okay. Yeah. So I ain't gonna take up too much more of your time.
No, you good, bro.
So what is next besides your upcoming project? You said you're doing a joint album with the bro. You have, it's called Grip.
Yeah.
Grip is the movie. And y'all are working on distro.
My family just got done shooting the film as well.
Well, you ain't say that. What's that called?
My bad. That's called Strange Fire. We just got done shooting that last month.
What's that about?
That's about a gospel group, about a quartet group. And it gets real deep. Like, it gets real serious and just the ins and out of quartet music. And just that whole story.
Is that based on any real life things?
It's based it's based on some real stuff that transpired, So yeah,
I like it. Okay, so if you had some advice for somebody who's trying to put on any of those hats you spoke of, or all of those hats.
Mm-hmm.
What would you tell them? Do they need to start early? I mean, there's no age limit on certain things, but what would you tell the next generation? Yo, if you're trying to do any of these things or all of these things, this is how you start. This is the first step. What would that be?
All right, man. Just if you gonna start it, man. First off, use your resources. YouTube University is the hands down the greatest resource in the world. Like that's where I learned a lot of the stuff I learned from, like mixing my music to photography to this graphic design and everything. So I say, hey, utilize these sites like YouTube and stuff like that to just constantly just stay working. Like just, do something creative. Rather that's, hey, even if you don't have no graphics or anything you have in mind, just start practicing. Practice doing something. Right. Pick up a skill and just go from there. Like if you want to wear that many hats, just give yourself grace, because you're not going to have all the answers. That's a process. People going to lean on you a whole lot.
Absolutely.
So you got to give them grace as well. You're going to have to do some free stuff in the beginning.
Yeah.
The beginning stages is not going to, unless you a master genius at it from jump. Hey, so be it. But yeah, you're going to have to do a lot of free stuff. So you got to be prepared for that. And once you start getting paid for it, knowing your worth, because you don't, I've undersold myself a lot of times on stuff I've done. And I'm looking back like, dang, I low-key could have, but that's that's the lesson of the game. That's definitely the lesson of the game. So I would say, yeah, just give yourself grace. You ain't got to figure it out in a day. This is a process. It is a process, and once you figure that out, then that's where you figure out the vision, what you want to accomplish in life, what you want to accomplish with all these hats that you're wearing. So yeah.
Okay. Now, if they want to find you, how do they find you?
You can follow me at the mind of _J Darby.
Hey.
That's kind of the hub of everything, from photos to my music to just a little bit of everything.
Okay. Man, I want to say thank you for coming through.
I appreciate
I didn't know
bro.
all this about you. I knew some of it. I have learned a whole lot. We're going to definitely do this again.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I appreciate you.
Yes,
I appreciate y'all for watching and listening. Peace, love, and hat grease. We out of here.
Yes, sir.